Hey everybody, Jim Perry from Reach Stewartville here. My son Jack and I are out for a ride at Bluffside Park in Winona, and the views are absolutely incredible from up top here. So it had me thinking about the Pikes Peak Marathon. So I've run Pikes Peak 5 times, and the course starts in Manitou Springs at about 6,000 feet of elevation, which in its own is difficult for a lot of flatlanders like us. But the race course goes up the Bar Trail, a pretty narrow single trail to the top of Pikes Peak, where it turns around at about 14,000 feet and then goes back down the same rocky, rooty, windy, very technical trail in places. About 5 miles up the trail, climbing for more than an hour, probably an hour and 20 minutes, you get a small reprieve. There's a gentle downhill for a couple of minutes. The thing is, even though that downhill is very welcome, the runners there who are familiar with the course know that that could be their downfall on the round trip back down, because that couple of minutes of downhill in the first hour and a half of the race translate into a pretty difficult uphill on your way back down the mountain. Not really at the easiest time either, when you're tired and worn out and just ready to be done with the race. There's parts of the trail here up and down the bluff that remind me of the effort that takes place at Pikes Peak. So there's a lot of ups and downs here. The ups are very, very physical, very strenuous, lots of breathing, lots of sweating, and lots of good work. But there's also a lot of downhills where you can glide and you can coast. But remembering again that where you coast, eventually you do have to go back up that hill. So even though there's a gentle reprieve for a few minutes of coasting, knowing that at some point you are going to be turning around and heading back up that hill as well. Thing is, both the work of the uphill and the gliding of the downhill have led to some beautiful scenery. Again, being able to see past the cemetery over to Garvin Heights on the other side here, farther around the bluff here, being able to see all the way down into Winona. My challenge for you today is, what are those areas in your life where there are uphills, where you have to put in a serious effort, where you're uncomfortable, sometimes maybe pushing yourself to absolutely the limit? But then again, where are the downhills? Where are you allowed to coast? Where are you allowed to glide? My challenge includes the fact that coasting and gliding doesn't necessarily mean easier. Sometimes it means a reprieve after some serious effort, but sometimes it's an omen of work to come, serious work to come. Where are those places in your life that you're able to coast? Where are those places in your life where you are in the uphill and putting in a serious effort? Both of them will lead you to some pretty spectacular views in life, not just physically where you're looking out across the valley, but some pretty cool accomplishments and cool events in your life. What are those spectacular views for you because of the uphills and downhills and the effort and the gliding in your life? I wish you well. Talk to you soon.